Uh, the lies that they tell us. About 3 days into the Epstein's war, they started telling us that the frequency of Iran's missile and drone firing was slowing down, and that was a good sign. They were running out of munitions. Well, they keep hitting everywhere. They seem to have plenty of missiles, plenty of drones. But the Washington Post did a story, and they found that the reason for the less firing, or the infrequency of firing from Iran, is because they become more accurate. Now, where it used to take, 5 or 6 missiles to hit a thing, now it takes, 1 or 2. Pinpoint accuracy, kind of like, America could go. Now, how did they pull that out? I don't know of any Iranian satellite systems. I've never heard of any, at least. I'm not a military analyst, so I don't really know, but I just never, if Iran started launching spy satellites, I think that would have been some news. It would have been some news. I don't think that happened. Well, because as Washington Post reports, but others reported before that, Russia's helping Iran. Russia's helping Iran with money, which I don't even know how that's a thing, because Russia barely has any, because Ukraine's been kicking their ass for so long. The entire Russian economy is falling apart, and the ruble's worth a piece of dookie. So I don't really understand how they're doing that, but one of the things that they can provide Iran, which they're providing with, is intelligence. Precise locations of U.S. troops. When the president was asked about that, he just kind of blew it off. He said, well, if they're doing that, well, Iran's not doing a very good job. Well, guess what? They're doing a pretty good job lately. They're hitting what they aim for. Now, it was just 2 days ago that the number came out that we have 140-something wounded soldiers. They did not tell us that. They did not tell us that. I'm still wondering, to scroll back a few stories, I'm still wondering about the alleged downed pilot over Iraq. And if they just abandoned him because optics would be too bad to admit that happened, and are letting the pilot be hunted by militias in Iraq, who one tribe offered a bounty for the head of our pilot. It just seems like, if a pilot wasn't downed over Iraq, the Iraqi police, I think it was Basra, wouldn't be searching for the pilot, and those tribes wouldn't be offering a bounty for the pilot's head if they weren't pretty sure that one of our pilots went down over Iraq. But this is the fog of war, the lies they tell us. It may take years for us to find out the extent of our loss. But Iran is not out of missiles, they're not out of drones, and they're not out of fight. They're not going to surrender. I mean, our people tell us, Iran's run by religious fanatics. Religious fanatics won't surrender. It's like, well, so are we now. We're run by religious fanatics. They're probably not going to surrender either. Michael Carell from the WTH News Network. If you like our take on the news, thank you for following, subscribing, whatever you got. We're on Facebook, TikTok, all the podcast places, Upscrolled. I lose track, but we're here where, you know, and YouTube, of course. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere. So give us a follow, help us grow, and we'll, you know, try to keep you in the know. The more we grow, the more I can keep you in the know. The more time I have to keep you in the know. See you next time.